Hey guys, it's Nene, and today we're going to be talking about a current issue I have with Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, don't get me wrong, I really do like the game, and I think it's a very good game. The developers who made it very well, and I think it's one of the reasons why it's better, well, I wouldn't say better than PUBG, I would just say more popular than PUBG and appeals to more people. Because PUBG kind of only, what's it called? I'm sorry if I'm a little stuttering. I feel a little really stupid right now. Only appeals to a certain category, which is like bloody shooter and type stuff like that. Now, that's not what I'm going to be talking about today. What I'm going to be talking about is the problem I have with Fortnite. And it's a current issue for me. And I think that it could have been fixed very easily if Fortnite really wanted to fix it. Now, here's the problem I have. Fortnite is a good game, right? But ever since this new meta, things have gotten kind of downhill. Now, what I mean by that is how the meta is kind of more benefited towards slower players. Now, I get it since the game itself is trying to make money. I don't blame it for trying to make money. The problem I have is it's kind of ignoring the rest of the community. Now, I know they have debuffed the P90 by taking 10 shots off of it, and some other debuffs, but it's still not enough. This spray meta is honestly straight, it kills the game for me. Now, I like the game. I play it a lot, and I would say I play it very consistently. But the part that really kills the game for me is the fact that how the meta is taken. It's not like, it's very easy to fix. Fortnite could easily fix this meta just by vaulting the Tommy gun and vaulting some other weapons. But now, they don't have to vault the weapons. That's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that there could be other very easy solutions, such as debuffing, or, my bad, nerfing some of the, I'm sorry, I have really bad English today. Nerfing some of the weapons, such as the Tommy gun, less damage to the walls, and less damage to people itself, because it does 23 body shot, and it has 50 shots. So in total, if you hit every single shot on, let's say, something that has 100,000 health, that literally takes 1,000 health away. And not only that, you have 50 chances to do 23 damage. So that's why it's honestly broken. Now, this meta mainly is supposed to benefit worse players, such as new players to the game. So it encourages people to play instead of quitting after getting shotgunned by a pro. Now, that makes sense for Epic, but I think what they're doing with it is pretty scummy. And here's why I think it's pretty scummy. Because there's an easy fix, and almost all players demand that get rid of the spray meta. The players who aren't demanding it are some of the players who kind of are okay with the meta and who want the meta because it benefits them a lot more. Because they may or may not be good at the game. I don't know. They just prefer those type of weapons. Now, I personally have a bad experience with this, especially because when I play, I say I'm not a great player, but I'm an okay player. I get maybe 5 to 6 kills a game, and sometimes I'll get a 10 kill or 12 kill game. Now, the problem is I die a lot just to spraying. Now, you're gonna say, well, how about you just don't build or anything like that? But sometimes when you land and you immediately get a weapon, I'll get a shotgun, the guy gets a Tommy gun, I'll say about 6 times out of 10, I will lose. And not because, I have bad aim or anything. It's just shotguns are very inconsistent right now, which kind of kills the game for me. And not only that, Tommy gun is very consistent. You hit someone in the body, does 23 damage almost no matter what, unless you're changing your difference. Unless you're shooting someone from, like, I don't know, maybe 100 meters away, it'll change your damage because, Bloom. And Fortnite's, gun mechanics. Now, I think that Bloom is not a perfect system, but it's not a terrible system. I wouldn't say it benefits the players almost at all, But you know what? At this point, people should realistically kind of stop complaining about it and just, by now they should be used to it, and just go with the meta, because go with that, because that's probably never going to change. That will probably never change the bloom, so I just see no point to keep complaining about it and make a big deal about it. Like the YouTuber Jed said, now people misconcept sometimes that he hates Fortnite, but he shares a lot of the same opinions as me. Now, I today especially, I had a bad experience, because, like, I was at the little, the barn place by, I think it's next to Salty and right in front of Wailing. No, not Wailing, Lonely Lodge. I can't remember the map right now. I have bad memory. And I was doing fine. Someone came up to me. They had a breaker barrel. I one-pumped them. Well, it wasn't really one pump, because my pump did like 68 damage. It was a headshot, and they only had about 50 health, which I don't understand why they rushed me if they had that low health. Guess it was the beginning of the game, and they landed at the head, the stone head. So they had jumped down and come to me and was ready to fight because they got a breaker barrel, but I immediately hit them. I think when they landed, they probably got into fight with someone else. So I think that's why they had low health. Anyways, that's a little off topic. And I killed him, right? It was a fairly easy fight since, he kind of missed the shots. Well, he didn't miss a shot. He did hit me in the head for 112. I had shield. I had 150. I hit him in the head with the shotgun. I did 153, I think I said. And they killed him. So then I found bandages, and then I found a campfire. Then I went up and healed up, and then I got a hunting rifle, and I got... no. Okay, so sorry. Let me rephrase that. In the part in there, in the middle of it, there's a big barn that has a van in it. Now, when I went in there, I thought I would be fine for a little bit, and I needed to heal up. So I put a campfire down, and I got a hunting rifle out of the chest and a 50 pot. So I was like, good, I have 150 health again, which really made me happy because I was decently low on health. Now... And now, I healed up, and I jumped down, I was looting a little bit more. There was a guy on a there's a little mound on the left of it, and I was looking around, and I have visual hearing on, because I don't really like the way Fortnite sounds. It annoys me a little bit. Because it's very to me, it's not enjoyable to listen to Fortnite. And I have visual hearing on, and then I see shots, and I'm like, oh, they might be far away, I don't know. So then I stopped hearing the shots, and apparently it was a guy who had a Tommy gun, and I was walking around. He hit me 4 times with the Tommy gun. I lost a lot of health, but he literally wasn't even he wasn't even moving, strafing, or building, or doing anything. He's literally just standing there spraying with the Tommy gun, and I'm like, wow, this guy is bad at the game. But then I'm thinking, no, he's not bad at he's not bad at the game. The game made him bad. And here's why. Because of this spray emitter, it encourages players not to build. It encourages them just to spray and keep spraying until they get their player. So people in this season may not actually even be progressing in skill. They might actually be decreasing because of the spray meta. They might actually not getting better. They may actually be getting worse. It's from what I've seen, because I play my friend in a 1v1, and he said he abuses the meta, which I don't really mind as much anymore if you abuse the meta. And he said he abuses the meta a lot, and then I said, fine, let's not use any spray weapons. He's like, alright, I don't mind, I'm still really good at the game. And I played him, and then I played a regular one against him where he had a spray, and he destroyed me. It was pretty easy. I mean, I built up, he knocked me down, and then I kept building, but he kept spraying, and then he pulled out an RPG, hit it, and then sprayed again. It was pretty much... I realistically should have said, alright, well, I guess I should have found myself a spray, but I couldn't find it because we were battling in, the middle place, because it's a pretty good place to battle, especially if one person starts on the other side and the other person starts the other, because they build up to the middle part, and then you can have a build battle and fight right there. And of course, we clear it out a little bit to move out of the stuff out of the way. But then I come across the current problem, like I said. I told him, fine. He said, aha, you're trash. Talking a lot of trash, and I'm like, okay, how about you don't use a spray weapon, such as the gun you're using right now? He's like, alright, I'll still destroy you. He puts down the spray and picks up a regular AR. So when we start building up again, we knock down the platforms and build up again. He tries to spray me, but he can't because he doesn't have a Tommy gun. And now I have the advantage because I really don't use the Tommy gun too much, but I pick it up anyways. I pick up an AR and a Tommy gun. I'll pick up the Tommy gun if someone is like building up way too high. Like, if I'm not, like, sometimes I'll be like walking and someone will start building like crazy because they heard my footsteps, and I'll just knock them down. Now you might be thinking that's scummy, but it's kind of stupid. You're like, I won't even be building, it'll be building really high, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I'll just knock them down. I think those players are not bad at the game. I think they're just afraid of getting sprayed, so they build a lot to confuse the opponent, which I don't blame them, but you can't really counter something that's not happening at the moment, which is why I thought it was a little bit dumb. But anyways, that's a little off topic. Now, we did that, and he started shooting with his AR, trying to spray me. And I'm like, that's not going to work. You don't have a spray. He's like, oh, right. Crap. So then I build up, and I would have the replay, but the Nintendo Switch doesn't have replays on its system. At least not that I've seen. Because it was yesterday, and I haven't played too many games today, so it would be in my log still. And I go up, and we build, and then I start building, and he tried to spray me, but it doesn't work, because I can build it, because when he sprays me, by the time he's done breaking one wall, he uses a decent amount of ammo, and I'm already have the higher ground. So then I can just jump down and ooga booga him with a shotgun. That's what happened, and he's like, fine, you got lucky that time, and then we played 3 more, and I destroyed him each and single time. Now, he's like, I didn't know you were that good. I'm like, it's not the fact that I'm that good, it's just you're used to sprays because of this meta. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad player. Definitely not. He's a very good player. In fact, he's way better than I am. Well, I wouldn't say way better. I'm just saying he's better than I am. But the reason before this meta, he was way better than me. But now, like, we do a regular 1v1, no sprays, he loses, like, maybe 9 times out of 10. Before this, he would destroy me, absolutely get wrecked. I would build, he would counter it very well. Now he doesn't really build, he just kind of sprays, and then wait for an opportunity to, I don't know, have some kind of weird cuck weapon, such as C4, stickies, or something like that. He usually always finds those weapons. So it's kind of like a little easy for him. But I'm not used to spraying because I'm used to using ARs and using shotguns because I haven't adjusted to this meta. Because when this meta started, I would not pick up an SMG. And it's not because of that. I just didn't know Fortnite too well still. So I'm like, I'm not picking up an SMG. I remember last season they weren't that good except for the TAC SMG. And then they removed the TAC SMG. I'm like, oh man, that's one of my favorite weapons. And the reason one was my favorite weapon is because it was a spray, but it was the only spray. And it's not like every person had it. Because then now this meta, there's like 3 different sprays. There's a P90, a regular SMG, and the Tommy gun. That's why I think this meta. Like, if they had only one, like they only had the regular broken SMG, this meta would be so much better. And here's why. Because with the Tommy gun, if the Tommy gun wasn't here, that leaves another pool of spray they can't get. And if they got rid of the P90, that's another one they can get. Or they can even get rid of the regular and just keep the P90 in its own category. So then it's rare to get a really good SMG. Now that could be a possible fix and still have that broken SMG in there, but it would be rare for people to get it. And the only problem I can see with that is if you get lucky and you get that, you pretty much win the game. But someone skillful can counter the P90. Which I think was a problem I would still have with that. But no, I'm thinking that how hard it is to get a P90. I mean, I probably get like 1 out of 15 games. a P90, if even that. So even still, I don't think that would be a huge deal or a huge problem. But that's just some of my opinion on it. And then the fact that they debuffed the building really irritated me. Because the reason I like this game was because of building. That's pretty much it. And the fact that your skins are very customizable. I really like that part. I think it's very unique, and you can make your skin very unique and make it like that. That's just a thing. No, I don't like spending a ton of money on the game, but there's only a few skins I bought, like the Snorkel Ops, Shadow Ops, Oblivion, and I think that's it. The rest of them I've gotten from and also I have the green one with the gray hood. I don't know. I accidentally bought that one. I was incredibly angry because I didn't mean to click the button. I just threw my remote on the bed and then accidentally sat on it. And, well, I didn't sit on it. I more like jumped on the bed and kind of laid on it. So then it bought it, and I was really mad because I wasted a bunch of V-Bucks on it. But it was fine because my mom had bought me a gift card anyways. And she was going to give it to me as a surprise, so it was all fine. But I got a cool Blackwing outfit at least. And so that's just some... Sorry, I got off topic again. But the main point I'm trying to make is this meta is going to kill this game. Now, I don't mean like it's going to make all the players stop playing. I mean it's just going to kill the fun and the general... Just, the uniqueness that Fortnite had. Because now, if PUBG was on my Switch, which I really hope they do come out with soon and make it where it's at least a good FPS, I would definitely play PUBG right now way over Fortnite. And that's because PUBG's mechanics are a little bit, they're decent, but they're not amazing. But they're at least better than Bloom and broken SMGs everywhere. Now I know there's a few broken guns in... Sorry, I had to burp. Excuse me. Now I know there's a few broken guns in PUBG. But even still, it would be much more enjoyable than Fortnite when you just land, get a shotgun, you hear someone with a Tommy gun, and you try to go fight them. Well, they have a Tommy gun. They just spray. They won't even build, and they win. I think it doesn't make it too much harder for pro players. It makes it harder for the casuals, and it makes it so much easier for the bad players in the game. Now, if you're using the spray meta, I don't mind you're abusing it, or if you pick up like 2 Tommy guns when you finish with the 1 Tommy gun. I don't mind that you do that, or whatever you do, or whatever they do. But the problem I have is when you spray that much and then say you're an amazing player when you kill someone who literally had no chance. That's the problem I have with it currently, and I think that's what the meta will kill the game. Now, I know my opinion is not a popular opinion because people like to, okay, not to be rude, but people like to over-exaggerate the amazingness of Fortnite. Don't get me wrong, I like the game, but it's an okay game. It's not, fantastic. It's not... Okay, it's a good game, but it could be so much better if they just do the few fixes. But, of course, they won't, because right now they want to get as much money as possible, which is also the problem I have with Fortnite, is they really kind of don't care too much about their players. In some senses, they just kind of care how much money they get. Which a lot of companies do, but it's especially bad when you at a point had 125 million active players. Well, not active players, just players in total. That doesn't mean 125 are active. I would say right now, probably 100 million are active, or even 110. 15 million people about quit because, I don't know, maybe the spray meta, or just they didn't even like the game. Some players just download the game and then forget about it and then delete it later because it took too much storage on their phone. But anyway, that's just my take on the spray meta. I agree with Jed that if they keep this up, it will kill the fun of the game, and people will start to catch on of the stupidity of this meta, and will eventually start quitting the game. We'll start quitting the game. I already seen a few of my friends kind of give up and really trying, and they just basically spray all the time. And the spray just frustrates me. Like, I can't go a single game without being sprayed. Which I don't blame people for doing it, but like Fortnite could fix it easily. It doesn't take them no longer than a week. They literally in 1 week could solve this whole meta, but they choose not to. Just like with the double pump, they could literally take a week to fix the coding and it would be done. Boom, done. Double barrel gone. I mean double pump gone. Or they could have done with the spray meta. It literally could take them a week. And they could get rid of the spray meta, but they choose not to because they want to get as many players as possible, so more people buy money and get as much, so they can get as much money as possible. Which I don't blame the company for getting money, but when you're making so much money a month that you don't need too much to spare, you should start caring about your fan base a little more. Because even more proof that sometimes they don't really care about what the fans of the game think is when, sorry, I gotta upgrade real quick. With the, I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now. Give me like a few seconds. With V-Bucks. Now you might be thinking, what's wrong with V-Bucks now? What's wrong? It's just in-game currency. Here's the problem I have with it. The in-game currency, also known as V-Bucks, you have a few options. You have $10 option, a $25 option, a $49 option, and a $100 option. Here's the problem I have with that. If you want to buy a 1500 V-Bucks skin, you pretty much have to buy $25. Or if you have the battle pass, you could save up with that. But even still, you can only buy two 1500 skins, and you still have to spend $20. And not only that, the battle pass to get the V-Bucks in it, to get the V-Bucks in the battle pass. What did I just say? So, okay, so to get the V-Bucks in the battle pass, I just keep saying the same thing. I'm sorry, I feel really stupid right now. The V-Bucks in the battle pass, you still have to spend $10 to get it. So overall, you're spending $30 to get $30 with the skins, which I don't think is a bad idea, but once you get those V-Bucks in the battle pass, that's it. That's the V-Bucks. They're gone now. Now then then if you see a cool $1,500 skin, 1,500 V-Bucks skin, and you're like, oh, that's dope, I want to buy it. Oh, wait, I can't. Because I would buy it, but the problem is I only have $15 in my bank account. But it costs $25 to get that much amount. And to get that amount. So that's also another problem I have with the V-Bucks system, which also kind of frustrates me because because you can literally just add a $5 and a $15 option, so you're not disbenefiting other people, because some people would spend $20 on the game, or even $15 if you made a $15 option. They're trying to get as much money out of possible, trying to milk the people as much as possible before people kind of give up on this game. Now I know PUBG kind of did the same thing, but it's not to the same scale, because this fan base literally has broken records for the most people playing it, and they're trying to milk as much money as possible. Like, some skins don't even deserve to be legendary because they're not legendary. They're just cool. They're just okay looking skins. Like, Chomp Senior is an okay looking skin. It's not very good. I don't understand why it's legendary. Like, something like, I don't know, the Nog Ops, which costs 1,200 V-Bucks, is much better. And also, that's another point. Some skins cost 1,200. That means you have to spend an extra $10 to get 1,200. Which is also a very inconsiderate thing to do to your fan base. And considering most of your fan base is children, they're gonna push for their parents to spend that extra $1 or that extra $10, because kids nowadays are very impatient, and I'm impatient. I know this because I've experienced with impatience as a kid, because I am a kid and I'm very impatient, and most of my friends are impatient, and most of the kids in my school are impatient. Now, the impatience part, it kind of pushes for Fortnite to get so much money. Like, at this point, they have so much money where they could completely fix their game. Like, make it a very good game that
overall benefits the lower players, but also benefits more skilled players. Or not benefit anyone at all and just make it a game where the skills are easy to learn, but the skills are very good skills, but they're easy to learn. They're not too complicated. Now that's just my take on the whole situation of Fortnite right now. And if you did enjoy my opinion, please make sure to drop a like and drop a comment if you have any opinions on it and any criticisms of what I said. Now thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video, and I will see you guys later. Oh, and before that, I will try to fix my upload schedule because I have some free time now, because I finally created free time, because I have time where I do my homework and it's done, and time where I exercise, then done, and time where I do my other stuff and then I'm done. Not only that, since my parents got divorced and my mom moved out, it makes it a lot easier and the house is a lot cleaner since I don't have my dog and I don't have my cat. So then the house is a lot less dirty. So cleaning takes a lot of my time. Sometimes it even can take up to 3 hours of my day. So now that's an extra hour I have to record. So I can pretty much almost upload every day or even every 2 days. Now that's not a promise, that's just something I could do. Now thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.